The major indictment unfolding today in the Russia investigation. 13 Russian nationals and 3 Russian companies accused of a massive effort to meddle in the election, and not just from afar, but they say the Russians were right here in the U.S. too. The indictment, signed by special counsel Robert Mueller, claiming Russian agents were posing as Americans. Their aim to help Donald Trump's campaign and damage Hillary Clinton's. And tonight, what we've learned right here: the rallies, the campaign events planned by Russians in this country, attended by American voters. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas now.
Tonight, the stunning allegations inside Robert Mueller's indictment that the Russians were not only meddling in the 2016 election from afar, at least once they were right inside the U.S. Among the 13 Russians indicted today, Yevgeny Prigozhin, a Russian oligarch with ties so close to the Kremlin, he's known as Putin's chef. The Russian Operation Expansive.
It employed hundreds of people in its online operations with an annual budget of millions of dollars.
The Russians allegedly sent operatives to America, traveling throughout 9 states.
In order to hide the Russian origins of their activities, the defendants allegedly purchased space on computer servers located here in the United States in order to set up a virtual private network.
And that's not all. The Russians allegedly set up campaign-style rallies inside the U.S. in battleground states like North Carolina and Virginia. According to the indictment, this rally, titled Florida Goes Trump, less than 3 months before the election, was actually organized by the Russians.
The Russians also recruited and paid real Americans to engage in political activities.
American voters had no idea the Russians were behind them, as they joined what they thought were real political groups. Groups with names like Secured Borders. The Russian imposters were also connecting with what's described as unwitting individuals associated with the Trump campaign and other political activists.
The defendants allegedly conducted what they called information warfare against the United States, with the stated goal of spreading distrust towards the candidates and the political system in general.
The question now, will President Trump still call the Mueller investigation a witch hunt? As recently as July, saying this about the Russians, that it could be someone else.
Well, I think it was Russia, and I think it could have been other people in other countries.
But tonight, the indictment makes clear investigators are convinced the Russians were launching attacks aimed at, quote, disparaging Hillary Clinton and supporting the presidential campaign of then-candidate Donald J. Trump. ABC News' Dan Harris in St. Petersburg, where some of the Russians, part of Internet Research Agency, were writing their material to get Americans riled up. Our team obtaining a hidden camera look inside the operation.
Okay, easy.
They kicked Dan out, but tonight Mueller's indictment indicates their work was already done.
Pierre Thomas with us tonight. That was a telling moment when they did not want Dan Harris or our cameras there. And there was one other major headline that broke today: an American who pleaded guilty, Pierre, and who is now cooperating with the special counsel. What have you learned?
That's right, David. Mueller announced the guilty plea of American citizen Richard Pinedo from Southern California, who admitted to committing fraud by helping the Russians set up fake American identities, David.
Pierre, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.